Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Sitting with Wanda. I'm actually guilty of not introducing myself gahle on the first episode. My apologies. My name is Wanda Zweletu, and I'm the host of this show, Sitting with Wanda. This is actually a talk show where we get to delve in on issues that we as the youth are yet to be subjected to. If not in the midst of, we actually take from life experiences from our guests, probably something that I also went through, and I get to share it on this show. Be it relationships, marriage. I'm not married, so probably nobody who is married will get to share marriage life, how it is on the dimension of marriage. So today I'm doing a solo episode, meaning I am all alone. I don't have any guests, namuhla. So I'll be delving in on the topic, Understanding Men. Understanding Men. I don't know if I should say it is mostly directed to the females but just delve in. One might ask as to how did I come about kufuna ukuluma about this issue about understanding men. I literally feel like we are misunderstood. At times we are so misunderstood. I feel like some females, they've never taken the time to understand men, how they are built, traits that are within them. It's okay. Some reactions, they are not just giving them out of Gutsi, they do not care, they do not listen, but they are giving them out of a trait that is inside of them. Okay, let me just give an outline on how men are built. Generally, men are providers, men are hunters, men put more value in power, they put more value in competence. Men put more value in achieving a task on their own so that they can feel good about themselves, so that they can feel to just give up that masculine energy to them. So we put more value in that. Logo, it brings me to my first point, which I feel like most people do. It is giving out unsolicited advice to men. What is unsolicited advice? Unsolicited advice, it is advice that has not been asked for. Okay, what do I mean? Okay, Lomi angacabanga ukuthi shothi Wanda, you are saying we shouldn't give out advice to our brothers, we shouldn't give out advice to our partners. What do you mean, no? By unsolicited advice, I mean this is advice. Okay, I did not ask for this advice. Let me make an example. I am trying to achieve a task. You kind of see that the task layer, I'm having a difficulty in achieving it, and probably when you think you have some better solution, long refer you on. Okay, I am built in a way that I need to achieve this task on my own. Okay, I need to achieve this task so that I can feel good about myself. When you just give me advice, and it is coming from a place you will see you actually care. When it is not coming from a place you say, I am not competent enough, or you actually care of this task. Me, on the receiving end, the way I receive that advice, because of this trait, I need to finish this on my own. When receiving the advice layer, it triggers something. I would think that, so you mean I'm not competent enough. You want me to do things your way. You think someone else can do it better than I can do. Okay, those things, they just run into my head, and probably I fume and arguments erupts because our and respond, you'll be like, no, I have it covered. Or be like, when I know, just take my advice. You might think that I do not listen to you. You might think that I do not love you, I don't listen to you, whatever. It's not that I do not listen to you, okay? It is the trait that I'm acting on. Someone might say, then if you are saying we shouldn't advise them because batabe actor in this way, how do we give out the advice? Because clearly by advice. So what do? You sort of like devise a way where he feels like the solution to the problem more than the problem itself. You sort of like treat him in a way, it's, you know, you have it covered, like just go on. One thing about that would see, we know, because you know what, with this task, I think I need someone as advice. I finish probably it might not be someone else. The person that I need advice from, and you have built that environment because you are treating me more as the solution to the problem. I would naturally come to you to seek advice. Then you can give out that advice. Nakona, in giving out that advice, you shouldn't be blameful. More especially, let's say the man has made a mistake. You should try to be not blameful when giving out that advice. You should come out in a constructive way and open assurance phrases, because one thing about men, like I've said, it bruises their ego, it bruises them. You feel like you do not trust them, you feel like they are not competent enough, you feel like someone else can do it better than them. It really bruises them, and that is why then Kanza would see you argue. And vele you will argue because when you are giving advice out of a place, would say, I care about this person, but then the duty is on your side. It's you having to do the understanding. It's okay. This person naturally is built this way. Beside my personality traits, men are built this way. I have to try in order to advice. I should try come out this way. I'll approach them with this time, because it's a matter of approach and time. That's it. It's a matter of approach and timing. Using this approach, trust me, you can go a long way. You can refrain from saying, man, don't listen. This person does not love me. And because you will go from person to person. When I would say, men generally they don't listen. No, it is the approach. It's not that they don't listen. Okay, like I've been saying, men have got this trait inside of them. They have to finish a task. They put more value in finishing a task on their own. This brings me to my second point, which is men going into their caves. What do I mean by when I say men go to their caves? Okay, this is actually it's a mechanism that men have when they're dealing with stress. This is actually how most of them deal with stress. Like, they tend to disconnect from a whole lot of things and try to focus on the problem that they have. More especially now, it is so difficult. They are trying by all means to solve it, but it's so difficult. They will try to disconnect from relationships, from anything, and try to focus on that problem, And naturally, it's not good, because as a female, you might think that, is he losing interest? Does he not love me anymore, or whatsoever? No. He's actually dealing with something. He's actually dealing with a problem. That means he will withdraw from a whole lot of things, because one mistake that most women do would see, when this person is dealing with that problem, besebenzani, naturally bona answer but this person does not care anymore. Then they will try to confront him. Why are we drawing? Why are you like this? Why are you acting like this now? All of a sudden, it is not that. And go here, he'll be like, I did this person. Doesn't she see that I am stressed out? I cannot give out my full attention to her with this kind of stress. Brendan prays on some interview, a man is not himself if he's not financially stable. Okay, that's a topic for another day. But Lengolanza would say, in order for a man to achieve most of a task, he needs finances. He needs to be financially stable. He needs to have common ground. It's okay, this is what I'm doing. He has to have everything figured out. And at times, it is fine to not have everything figured out. It is totally fine, but it's a natural instinct inside of us would say we have to have everything figured out. And if we do not, we just disconnect. We feel like, if I cannot do this, then probably someone else or my partner will look at me this way. Okay, let me make an example. When God created men and women, different capacity levels were deposited into these two. Kanjan. Women, the capacity yabo, it is lower than lay men. In a sense that, quick example, let's say the man is unemployed, she is employed. And then in the relationship, she agrees with, I'll take care of my bills for now while you still try to find your feet. Okay, they go on. 3 months, 4 months, 5, 10, 15. Okay. Now, because of the capacity levels, she's starting to question. She's starting to get tired, so to say. She's starting to get tired of feeding him. No matter this person is trying to find his feet, but the capacity that she has cannot handle duration layer. Gona, she might have said she will take care of the bills while but the capacity naturally that she has cannot handle that. So what then happens? She starts going off. This person, I even feed him or whatsoever and whatsoever. Gani, it is not good see agavuma because how what did you say with the relationship? Wavuma, then what's going on? Because the other difference could say one thing with men, to know that a man can take you and say, can you just be a stay-in wife? I'll provide for everything. Probably lifetime. Just stay in the house, wake up, tell me what you need shopping. Yes, in Mali you can go. You can do anything, but just do not work. You see the capacity within Ghana, a lifetime. And this one can also feel in 2 years. Just 2 years, it's okay. Just take care for the bills. I'm going on 2 years now. And when I find my feet, then I can take care of us for the rest of our lives. What do I mean by that? Could see men, they do not actually feel masculine enough when they are not financially stable. I wonder. So, I would say go risky entering a relationship if you are not financially stable as a man. Not because females need your money, but in order for you to act according to your capacity, to your full potential, you will need my finances. Angeke nje ugcine ngema-text bhale ma-text when utshela ukuthi she understands. We need actions, and actions need finances. They need my finances. So I would say for men in entering the relationship, you need to be doing something. bro, like you need to be doing something. Do not just enter there over I would say she loves you so much, she is willing to do most of the things. It's fine. It is fine, but strive as a guy, because you know what? These are things that him. These are things that him. Then as a female, you might do it, but that is taking responsibility actually. My spiritual father, this past Sunday, he was talking about marriage. Could see, in marriage, the levels abega so, like abega so to say, so. This is the male, this is the female. Lapo, not seen. Because one thing about our generation, the role, let's just say, the female, it's abuse. Can back then it is being submissive to your man, no matter how much you earn, no matter how much you have, no matter how beautiful you are. You need to know Gutsi he is king and you are below him. Not Gutsi it is coming out as being abusive. No, you are actually acting according to how God created you. God created you to submit to your man, and that is why even men, when they have this kind of wife, they will do anything for him. You know, that is why at times some men would prefer to go for that kid. Okay, not a kid actually. You know that that girl Lenny Vanzo, she's there but she's not yet there. Compared to this one, Lovella would say she's high profile. She's doing all of these things. She's got her own finances. It is good to have your own finances and everything, but those are the things they challenge your character as a female. They literally challenge your character, because essentially, let's say we are both doctors and we are both earning 50K. Naturally, you feel like as a female, what he can do, I can also do. Because we are earning same level, what he can do, I can also do. So the level of respect, it kind of changes. It kind of changes in a way. And that is one thing society has made good. See, women should be treated as equal as men, which is, I feel like it's one of the biggest mistakes. Yeah, okay, they are now treated as being equal in terms of, let's say, my earnings, would see now they should earn as equal as everything. Okay, we are earning equal, right? But my roles are change. The roles should not change. Still sitting with wonder. Okay, you've seen that I'm in that phase where I've gone into my cave. How do you deal with that as the other party? Okay, with an understanding, would say mood leo these days. I would say do not put more pressure on the man. Do not put more pressure in such a way, good see you are demanding attention, you are going on, good see he's not paying attention to you, and all of that. Just be at ease with him. Acknowledge that, okay, he's going through this phase, and the attention, you might ask it in a relaxed manner. Because one thing, okay, you will be triggered for sure. Good see, he's now stressed out, he's now thinking about this and that. No. You need to approach that in a relaxed manner. And trust me, you approached it in a relaxed manner, he would be really glad to redirect his attention to you. Otoba clear enough, redirect his attention kuwe, angebe abe akulwisa. Okay, as I was going on about men going into their caves, one of the other reasons that can force men to go into their caves, it is when they are not motivated. Which brings me to my third point of motivation for men. One thing about men, if he doesn't feel loved, he dies slowly. He literally dies slowly. And okay, love is the main motivation for men, according to me. Definition of love for men is the respect, you giving him his place. He knows that he is king. That is love. That's the definition of love to men. Respect, and all of that. Submission. Most men, they are yearning for a submission. They might love you, but if you are not that submissive, then it results to cheating and all of that. Because but I am this beautiful, I've got everything. Why do men tend to cheat on me? Or why are men not taking the next step into taking me or engaging with me into marriage? But it's this thing here: submission, love, submission, respect, and all of that. It's what motivates men. Because one thing about men, they really feel happy in knowing that they can make a difference in your life. Like, that actually motivates them, not only for themselves, but for you as well. It actually pushes them to do more for the both of you guys. And that is one beautiful thing. That is how it actually should be. Because one thing, I'm actually giving out a formula to the females. You can get anything you need from the man you love if you can do these things. You can get anything you need. You can actually, some guys do, they make the mistake when they're out there with the boys, there's some other things. But one thing for sure, he will know who is queen in his life. Because in as much as he might be seeing all of these other people, other women around him, but he will know, it's only one person in his life that he has seen that nigga this kind of treatment. I am king. She respects me. She is submissive and all of that. And like I've said, he's not abusing you. He's not controlling you by you being submissive. No. First of all, once you understand that as a woman, I have to be submissive, then you are done. You won't act from a place which, he's controlling me, he's all of that. No. You just know that, I am actually doing my part as a woman. And as a man also, you will refrain from, you will also refrain from saying, she wants money from me, they are all about money and all of that. No. Because once you understand that as a man, you need to be the provider, you are the hunter, and all of that, it's okay. In order for me to provide, in order for me to act according to my full potential, I need to be financially stable. That is when I can do all of these things out of love. Not because they need my money, but it is my role to provide for them. Okay, it is how I am built. Because one thing is, I feel like at some point we are broken. We are literally broken. Imagine it's in statements like Bafana are whatnot. Yabo. Do you know females? You know those statements. It's coming from a broken place because One thing that I've tried to put into my system, because in as much as I can go into a relationship and fail into that relationship, I will not make my experience a doctrine. I'm not be preaching about my experience with the this is how females are, this is how females are. That is the female that you met. It's not females in general. That is the female you met. That is why also I would hate coming across a female and see her saying Bafana or whatnot. I would just say, do not put us Kuleo umbrella, because it is the type of guys, or it is the type of guy you came across that gave you Leo experience. So Leo experience, just keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself. Do not go around polluting the other ones, because then they tend to preach this thing, and this is how. That is why you will then miss out on a good relationship, because you have this notion inside of your head. This is how females are. Then you tend to look for the slightest of things. One thing is, we are not perfect. I might give out some slight trait before, like then you'd say, this is what I was talking about. They are all the same. No, we are not the same. Probably if you can confront Leo's slight thing, it can just be solved easily. And I literally do not know what's going on with our generation. It can just be solved easily. And communication. And I feel like I'm now moving away from the topic of having to understand men, because from the first place it was all about having to understand men in relationships and their reactions more. But I'm now diving into the issue of my relationships. Communication, it can take you far. It can make things way simpler for the both of you guys. Can imagine having to assume that, okay, with this trait that I've seen in him, while you can communicate, you say, you know what, you said this, or you acted this way. I kind of did not like the way you acted. And probably I'll also give out an explanation about like, oh, I'm so sorry, it was like this and like this and like that. I can work on it. Then we are done. And Lapo, it needs action as well, because let's not just end by saying I can work on that. You need to learn from that and act on it in order to be able to live with this person. That is actually finding common ground. Because you express how you feel about certain things, she expresses them as well. Then you find common ground, because okay, this is how we can actually live with each other. Okay. Okay, so you've heard it from my views on having to understand men, and I hope it can be beneficial to someone out there who does not have an understanding about men. I only just gave out 3 points which I felt they were major in having to understand us, which can be also a starting point for anyone, because besides, I was just touching on how men are built naturally, because we have different personalities, because to understand how they are built, then having to understand the kind of personality he has, that person, that you devise a way on how you can have to live with that person. And yeah, so thank you so much guys for tuning in, and do subscribe, like and comment, and engage in the comment section. You can ask anything about the topic that I've just dealt in. Stay safe.